Well, you asked for one. I would give two or three.
Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you. Of course, I think Dr. Yusuf has also mentioned the need for that policy consistency and coherence, in which when you start a policy, you should commit to it and see it through. And the Petroleum Industry Act is there now. Are we implementing it fully? The answer to me is no. So a lack of committed implementation of existing laws and policies, a reversal, one step forward, 7 steps backward, that exactly is what has led us to a situation whereby investors are uncertain about what is going on in the oil and gas sector. Of course, another big issue is the need for transparency and accountability. We should know, is there subsidy or not? We should know if there is still subsidy, how much is going into it. There should be a transparent release of this information. And this is a message that we have been emphasizing. Having the Petroleum Industry Act without implementing it with full transparency and accountability will lead us to the same result. So there is a need to ensure that NNPC is indeed giving full release and accountability for its for its operations, for its activities. In many climes, we should be able to get this information just by a single click on their website, but we don't see this here. And that is leading to that opaqueness in which people are really not sure about policy direction. And when people are not sure, investors are not sure as well. And nobody wants to invest in an environment whereby they are not certain what will happen in the next 3 or 4 years. So there is a need for that transparency and accountability by all stakeholders in the NNPC. Let us get accurate information on what is happening, on what is coming in, what is going out. This should be available readily for anyone to see.
All right. Prof, quickly, definitions. It says we're not paying subsidy, but we're doing shortfall. You're a legal person. You know about definitions well. Is that subsidy as well if we're getting it for half price? But it says that money is not exchanging hands to any marketer, but it's between government and NNPC Limited. Is that subsidy, Prof?
It's a form of subsidy. It's what I would describe as a qualified subsidy. That is subsidy that is implemented in another format, different from how it was implemented before. Because in a market whereby there is no subsidy or shortfall, as it is now called, it should simply mean that the government is not paying anything at all for the commodity. It comes in and the market forces determine the price, and it goes that way. And when the president said subsidy is gone, I think subsidy includes shortfall as well, and shortfall and subsidy should be gone.
Yeah, Prof, just 1 second. So for clarity, since you're here, let's make the most out of it. So if the federal government has not defrayed dividends so that they can cover for subsidy, what are we really saying here?
We are simply saying that the federal government is still paying some money for this commodity, which is subsidy. Right?
There you go.
It is still subsidy.
So you said qualified subsidy. So we'll see how that plays out in the coming days. Professor Damilola Olaoyi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. By the way, youngest academic to attain that so far. I don't know if that has changed, Prof. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time on the program.